Awesome.
Hey, there we have it. We're live. How's everyone doing? Oh, Ash, how are you going today, man?
Yeah, man, doing great. Another Friday, another Hashgraph Hustlers. Life couldn't be better. We're pumping in the markets, man. It's a great time to have a show.
I've not actually looked, but yeah, I've been catching the positive vibes. Hopefully, today's Hashgraph Hustlers can keep on that positive vibes going. We've got an amazing guest today. We've got Milan. For those of you who don't know Milan, obviously, Milan, I'll let you introduce yourself, but just a really quick high level. Milan's been an active member of the Hedera community since 2021, like right at the beginning of 2021.
Yeah.
Me and Milan, we go pretty far back. We sort of met each other around probably that time. But recently, he was elected the technical steering committee, the Hyro technical steering committee member. He's co-founder of The Mouth and winner of multiple Hedera hackathons. Most recently, the CINO of Windhelm Labs. That's Chief Innovation Officer.
Yeah, you got it.
No. If you might have noticed, I was reading that off I could have done it myself, but I was giving the. Anyway, Milan, I'll hand it over to you so you can give a bit more color.
Welcome to the show, Milan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jake and Ash. Wonderful to be here. As Jake already said, I mean, we met for GoMint, and I think Alex Taylor, who was one of the winners of the hackathon in 2021, who saw Jake doing actually coding online on YouTube, and like, hey, I need that guy. I'm gonna get him on. So Jake came on the GoMint team, and that's where we worked together quite a bit. So yeah, excited to be here. I've done a lot of things on Hedera. Obviously, I'm always have been very passionate. The very first time that I joined the Hedera community, early 2021. And I wanted to be a developer. I was like, I don't know how to develop. I think I went to this website, Free Code Basecamp or something. Like, I think probably number one.
We've all been there.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna follow like this whole thing and do this for months. So I just thought I'm gonna be an active contributing community member, and then I started dipping my toes in, also through GoMint. I went working with APIs. I was interested in APIs, and and from APIs I went to no code. So n8n was like my first. This is what we're gonna working on today. Was my first step into the programming world. I was able to visually program and connecting dots, and I made this huge workflows whereby you can basically program anything. I used specific API request nodes to interact with Hedera network. Anyway, in short, it was my first experience with that. Nowadays, I'm indeed CINO, Chief Innovation Officer, for obvious reasons. I've done a lot of exciting things, if I can say myself. I created a peer-to-peer payment system, one of the hackathons. Most recently, I created a health data tokenization engine for Acor, which is also being implemented. And with Windhelm Labs, we're focusing on AI, risk management, DeFi, creating those tools around that. But you'll hear about those products in hopefully very soon future. So this is me. Very excited about today.
Yeah, very cool. Well, we're excited for you to join us. You've been spearheading a bit of the n8n Hedera node. I know you've done some work on your own, and we appreciate that. And we're here to build on top of that. The goal today, Jake, is to build functionality into the n8n node that Milan has previously created, and we're going to add the ability to create a fungible token using no code. And if time allows us, maybe we try to transfer it as well, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, that's because I do just want to call out. Well, I guess first I'll say, Milan, you've. I was thinking about it. The way that you introduced yourself is that 4 years ago, you couldn't code, and now you're bloody Chief Innovation Officer at an AI risk lab. And then for me, it was 5 years ago, he was creating videos on YouTube coding, and I'm still creating videos of YouTube coding.
Hey, it's something that works. Don't stop it, right? You get momentum, do
But
it.
anyway, back to what Ash was mentioning. Yeah, so I want to say big thanks to people who've been watching this, because actually we've been taking people's feedback, and one of the main feedbacks that we got was people love to see the vibe coding, and people love to see sort of the discussion, the banter between us. But when it comes to that sort of planning phase, it's a bit dull. So we've taken that feedback, we've done all of the planning that we need beforehand, we've created our PRD, we've created our product requirements document and the task. So yeah, we'll be able to get straight into the coding. I guess before that, let's do a quick overview as what n8n is, though. So I can share my screen. I've got the n8n sort of sample up now. So let me bring this up. And as you can see, yeah, I mean, Milan, do you just want to like really quickly take us through n8n on a high level?
Yeah.
Not even necessarily specifically with Hedera, but just sort of what makes it so powerful.
Yeah. So what makes it so powerful? I mean, I've made a diagram for this, because this is something I had in my head like very clearly. So basically, you're talking about people that want to create stuff, right? And obviously, with the introduction of AI, that has been, a lot of people have been unlocked through vibe coding, like through having talking with AI and building everything. But there's still this barrier. And so basically what n8n in my optics allows is to enable the people that have great ideas but don't know how to code to actually start implementing these ideas and make a functional prototype. Is it actually working on production? Well, I've got some workflows that are running for the past 4 years and haven't been interrupted. I haven't even updated the n8n, and they're still going, right? So you could say they are actually pretty sturdy for production as well. But initially, it allows to create rapid prototypes. They're very straightforward. It's visually programming, so you kind of you know what you're gonna do. Okay, if for example, if I get an email, then ping me on Telegram. I mean, it's a very straightforward example, but you could do things like that. And obviously now we're talking about creating fungible tokens. There's absolutely anything you can build in a very straightforward way. There's initial maybe a little barrier, like understanding how these things connect. But yeah, this is what it is. And so you start initially with a trigger. So this can be, for example, right now we'll be testing, and you see the big red button in below. It says execute workflow, and so it executes from that. Yeah, exactly, from the middle node on. So you can already click it. If you click it, it just executes the first one. Go ahead. There you go. It's green, so you can follow the trace. Okay, so this is a first trigger. We can just execute it, just for testing. Then you got many other triggers. A trigger could be like time-based. You could say every hour trigger a workflow. That's what I did, for example, with HBAR Vox. What I did is like I checked every 15 minutes. I checked any memos in a specific account ID on the Hedera mirror node. And if there were any new memos, I would put them in Google Sheets, and you could make that a whole flow. So it could be time triggered. It could be triggered by any application. You could connect it with Gmail that says, hey, the trigger is when an email comes in, for example. I don't know if that one exists. Let's take a look. Trigger message action.
I did see. Well, they had an email trigger. So here, for example, I mean, it's literally for me one of the coolest things about it. As you can see, I'm running this on my local host. So n8n, they've got what's called a fair use license, where essentially it's not quite fully open source, but you can get it up and running locally. And if you're using it for a non-profit reason, for example, you're using it for your own automation stuff, or you're using it to improve some internal business efficiencies, this you can host it for free. Obviously, you can then pay them a relatively modest price to actually have it up and running and make profit of it and use it as revenue generation. But like there's stuff like you can do HTTPS requests. You can do stuff with Google Drive, with Microsoft OneDrive. I mean, there's so many actions outside of the box where you just plug it in, you put in your credential, you can sort of use basic typical credentials, and you can do all sorts of configurations. So I guess should we have a quick look at the current status of the Hedera one?
So just one quick comment that I recommend a lot of people to do is like, what are the applications that you use generally? You know, and go a little bit wild. It's like a recipe. Like you put things together. Like, do you use Slack? Well, type in Slack and see what comes up. Right? If we type in Slack, we click on Slack. What's there? You got a lot of actions, file actions. Do we have triggers? And we got triggers as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know, I think thinking of this as like an if this then that automation tool, right? In your head, if you use a lot of tools and you want to be creative and you're not a programmer, this is a great thing to use for you, because you can just think of like, just go to your whiteboard or bring up your favorite, you know, app and just start drawing boxes up of what you think you could build, or what's in your head, right? And then just start connecting these boxes. And in the little arrows, this doesn't even have to be an n8n, you know, just open up Microsoft Paint. I'm showing my age here, but whatever, right? And just draw like little boxes represent your various apps, and then what you want to do. Like, okay, when I get an email in, or when I get a Telegram message in, or whatever, then maybe I could do this, and then maybe I could do this. And what we're doing today is we're going to show you how we can plug in a Hedera node that can also do things as like another app. You know, in this case, maybe when you send yourself a Telegram message that says this, then it will create a fungible token on Hedera, and then it will transfer it to this account. Stuff like that. That's the creativity. I also want to mention that, you know, Jake is running this on his own local machine, right? Local host. He's spinning this up. You can see it in command prompt here. You don't have to do this. You know, you can simplify this. Go over to n8n.io and you can just pay them a small subscription and get spun up there. And it's just log in a web app as you would anything else. It's just really cool that n8n offers their app that you can spin it up and run it locally if you want. One caveat to this. Uh, we're still building this Hedera node for n8n with all of its various types of functionality. This is an ongoing project. If you're interested in helping us build an n8n Hedera node, please reach out to me, right? I'm looking for a team to help build this thing out, because what the plan is I would like to mature this product and then go to n8n and see if we can work with them to make this an official node or an official plugin. You know, you may hear me call this thing a plugin. They call it a node. I call it a plugin. We want them to support the Hedera plugin officially, so then it makes it available on the n8n.io site. For now, since this is considered a community plugin, you will have to run it locally like Jake is doing in order to use this. But if you're curious, if you're excited about, you know, low code, no code, workflow automation, if this then that type of automation tools, reach out to me and let's build something.
So Milan, just is that right? Even with your deployed with your n8n instance, can you not use the Hedera plugin through like the community route?
So you can. So what Ashe was saying, what I understood was, if you run it on cloud. So if you go to n8n.io and you sign up there, I think it's like 20 euros or something like that to start working. It's the easiest route. You know, it's what I have as well. I have multiple, I think probably like 15 or something instances, which is ridiculous, but you know, they're fun. But I also have like a cloud subscription. I also do that because, you know, I like to support them, so I just keep that one going. But it's also the easiest accessible. So that one does not have community nodes included because obviously there's a security aspect, you know, that is tricky with that. So I believe they add like certain nodes that are made by the community. We'll have to confirm that, but those are only allowed if they don't have any dependencies. So we could create, for example, mirror a Hedera Hedera mirror nodes node,
Yeah.
that one would work. However, the Hedera one would not work.
Because it's dependent on our SDK.
Right, yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Makes
yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool. Should we give this one a quick test out then, and then head over to the actual coding part? So this is the current node which Milan has started, and this you can find on GitHub. I've cloned the GitHub repo. This you can find on GitHub over here, n8n-nodes-hedera. So there's already some stuff done, and what Milan's done at the moment is obviously you can pair your you can add a credential. This would be an account ID. And this would be a private key. I've already got one set up. And then you can select a resource. So currently there's two resources. There's an account resource, which lets you create accounts and transfer HBAR.
Are you sure you added your private key? Because normally I think it should be like
blacked
out. Okay. Because I think if you
I think I'm pretty sure it's already there.
Oh, so you created. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you didn't press the modifier. Okay.
Yeah, I already had them before. Yeah, and then so there's the account. So we can create an account and we can transfer HBAR. Like Ash mentioned today, we're going to be doing a third one. We're going to be doing a fungible token, and it will be create fungible token, and hopefully, God wills, we're going to also do a transfer fungible token. But let's just test out a simple. Let's do create account and then let's transfer HBAR to that new account. Yeah, this should be possible, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that. So we'll do create an account with an initial 0 balance.
Do you have your testnet credentials or
testnet? My testnet credentials.
Okay. Because it will show the private key, so that's why.
Everything we do today is going to be on testnet, just for the audience.
Exactly. Don't get trigger happy with the current pump as well. So then we'll do account. Then we'll also do a transfer HBAR, and the recipient account we can get from the previous node, which didn't work. So let's just try it again. Ooh.
Just delete the last one.
The last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So that's right. Perfect. Yeah. Good shout. So this now we'll be able to see this has created an account over here, and we can see that on testnet. Now, obviously, when we do it again, it'll be a new account, but that's fine. But let's have a quick look on Hashscan, which is the Hedera's block explorer. We can see the account which has been created on testnet, no mainnet here, and it was created just a few seconds ago. So now we can do another node. This time we're going to be passing in the recipient account ID, which is this new account field, and you can literally just drag and drop it in. And automatically behind the scenes, it's taking all of these data structures and coding them and putting it in behind the scenes. But for the user, it's just drag and drop. And this is where it gets really exciting, because you don't need to be writing JavaScript code. You don't need to be setting variables, or you are setting variables, but without even realizing it. And let's just send them 10 HBAR. So now when I run it again, we're seeing it's creating the account over here, and then it's going to hopefully transfer the HBAR to the account which I've just created. So let's have a look at this account that we've done over here, Control C. And if we go to the next node, success, so we can see the transaction ID. But even without that, if I go to this account, it should have 10 HBAR, and voila, it does. So this is it. This is pretty cool. And we're going to be extending this functionality. We're going to be adding a new resource. We're going to be doing a token, a fungible token. And I guess without further ado, should we get the vibe codes on, the tunes on, and start vibing?
It's time. It is time. Let's go visit our duck friends.
Yeah, let's visit the duck. Let's feed some ducks. Boom.
Now we're ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Getting warmed up now.
Yeah. We've just Milan, they've just asked for your GitHub. So let's is that GitHub where this current thing's been deployed?
Let me. I'll probably need to give the full one, right? Hold on.
Milan, do you know what? I reckon if you could do it on the YouTube, and I know you might have to do some stuff in the background. If you could go onto the YouTube of this stream, post on there, and then I can get it up on this.
Oh, good one.
All right. So let's while Milan's doing that, we will just have a look over the PRD which we've created. So that's over here. This is what we did in the background just the other day.
So if you joined us last week, we were using a PRD tool that Jake found, and it was really helpful. It helped us structure our thoughts. It helped us create the tasks that we're going to pass to the AI agent. And I would say it really accelerated us. And so what we did, we got some feedback from some people that said while they loved it, this was background work. So we heard you, we listened to your feedback, and we did all this in the background ahead of time now. So we're ready to rock and roll. Jake, you wanna go over what we prepared here?
Yes. Let me do that. There we go. Just hiding the doc. Cool. So let me put full screen. Yeah. So what we did, I mean, you can even see the prompts actually over here. If we go to the history, like you can see us sort of engaging. You can see us saying that our feature that we want, we're going to use that create PRD system prompt, the pre-built prompt, and the feature that we want to create an n8n function which allows the user to create a fungible token on Hedera. We obviously did some iteration with it, and if we have a look at it over here, we've got, I mean, I'm not going to go into too much details. I think probably the user stories and functional requirements are most important, but really the product for today should be this user story complete. As a workflow builder, I want to create a new fungible token in my Treasury wallet. That would be the wallet that they pass in as a credential, so that I can manage its supply in later steps. So this is really, this feature is going to enable downstream workflow operations to be possible. Likewise with the transferring one. And I just want to give a really quick shout out actually to one of the recent hackathon winners that we had when we were at ETH Cannes just at the beginning of the month. There was an awesome team. I can't remember exactly their name. I think like some AI team, and they were using n8n. They created, because we haven't even looked at the agent stuff for n8n. We can look into that later on, which I definitely want to share. But they created an AI agent, which it's like a mindfulness agent, and I think sort of they were positioning it as though you could have this inside of your organization, have this mindfulness agent, which you do a meditation with every morning, and it just rewards you with a token once you've completed it. So that sort of stuff is made really possible with this n8n integration, because you don't need to hire a team of full stack developers, pay them $100, $200 per hour to get this implemented. You can just do it yourself, deploy it on n8n, make sure only your team can access it, and you've got yourself a really robust application. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to just give a quick call out. We've got Milan's links over here. But yeah, so that will be the first thing. As a user, I want to create. Ashe has just been cut up, isn't it? As a user, I want to build a fungible token, and then we've also specified what exactly do we want from that fungible token creation. We clearly stated these are the properties that we want after creating a transaction, after creating a token, because obviously in order to use it usefully in downstream workflows, you need to have this basic data. Some non-goals, yeah, we don't want to do NFTs. We just want to focus only on creating, so nothing else, no advanced key management. We'll keep it really high level. And then also, yeah, some other stuff over here. But I mean, we've reviewed this already. We've also created, if you have a look at the tasks, we've created our subtasks and whatever. So we can basically just go through this, take it one step at a time. The first thing that we're going to be doing, extending the Hedera node to include the fungible token create operation. That would be seen over here, I think, on the resource and on the operation. Also, yeah, create the token operation, configure display options, all of that stuff. We'll take it one step at a time, going through it. Then we're going to implement the token create logic. Then we'll do the formatting, unit tests. We could probably skip this.
Yeah, probably for this, yeah.
Cool. And then also update documentation. Yeah, we'll get the AI to do that at the end, and we can verify it.
Yeah, but high level, we had a couple resources, create account and transfer HBAR. First thing we're going to do, we're creating a new resource. Think about a resource as like a group of actions. We're gonna create one called fungible token. This is going to be for things like creating a fungible token, transferring a token. So, yeah.
Well, let's get the ball rolling. So we're going to do start task 1 from our task-prd using process task list. And we'll just have it running in the background and we can sort of discuss again. To be honest, we could have even done this a while ago. But let's kick it off. And so what I think essentially here, I mean, Milan, from reading these tasks, does this sound like a good approach just by looking at this particular set of tasks? Focusing on task 1 at the moment.
Let me just unmute myself. I think that's more useful.
Yeah.
So fungible token. I will maybe say so. We've seen if you go back to the n8n UI. So we have account operations, and then we'll probably have a new type, which probably be token operations or something like, or HDS. How would you call it? The resource? So we say account, transaction, and maybe we'll have tokens or Hedera token service. I don't know what makes most sense. And under that resource, so once we will click on that, we will have create token, I think. So we have create token. And then once we click on create token, we'll have multiple options like, hey, do we want a fungible or non-fungible? Do we want, what is the supply? Is it finite or infinite? All those things. I think that is probably the best approach.
Those will be parameters within the create fungible token, right?
Yeah.
That will all be below here, where that will come up based on what operation we've clicked, presumably.
Absolutely, yeah.
So resource, let's just call it like token service or
HDS. Hedera token.
Let's name the resource Hedera token service, and then under that it'll be a create fungible token.
Oh wow, it's done even number 2. I just wanted let's stop here. Let's stop here. It went trigger happy. Let's have a look at what it's done. So obviously we had some code here already because Milan made a start to it. And as you can see, we're sort of seeing similar sort of names, resources, accounts. As we go down here, we've got the properties, we've got the options for the resource, and we've added over here,
there you go,
fungible token. So I guess
I think I agree with Milan. I think that should be called the just Hedera token service or Hedera tokens.
Or just tokens.
Or just tokens. Yeah, or just tokens.
Okay, let's do that. So rename the...
Yeah, or just tokens. Because within tokens, if somebody wanted to extend tokens to include ERC tokens down the line, then that would just be another action within that resource, right?
Yep.
Right.
Cool. Okay, let's go. All right, so tokens.
Yeah, and also, I mean, obviously, also the fungible token, a non-fungible token. It's just a parameter, right? For the Hedera token service. It's not like a complete different other function. So it makes sense to have like the resource will be token, and then under token, you could create token. And with create token, right now we're focused on fungible token, but one parameter could just be fungible or non-fungible.
Right, nice. Yeah, for sure. And I guess what I like here is that I'm seeing sort of the logic here. So in for example, these are obviously all properties. We then have the display name resource, and then in this fungible token, it's got a value of fungible token. Now, if we then go down, we can see the operation display name. Then it shows these options when the resource is equal to fungible token to that value. So I'm seeing sort of how this is also great for AI to code because it's so logically structured. AI will be perfect for actually coding. So let's get AI to update the fungible tokens to tokens. Resource should be generic, and then this is looking correct. Create token. That's fine. And then presumably
it probably actually would make sense for the resource to be tokens and then the operations to be fungible token, non-fungible token, just to make it simpler for the user. Yes, we know that it's only like a couple parameters change, but like somebody who's no code may look into this and want create fungible, create non-fungible. So let's have an operation just for create fungible token.
Right. Okay.
Very good point. Yeah, it's a very good point. Absolutely, because what the user doesn't really mind whatever happens behind the scene, right? It's just the most important part is that the user gets it, and it's straightforward.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to accept this now. Let's put another prompt through, just saying, let's change the resource from fungible token to tokens, make the resource a bit more generic, and then make the operation a bit more specific.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right.
AI, Jake, you're absolutely right, Jake.
What can I say? There we go. So it's updated it, tokens, and then boom, shows this when it's token, create fungible token. Perfect. Cool. I mean, that value might need to be changed down the line, but to be honest, we can do that later on. Updating everything over there. Cool. And then where does the actual, it looks like the source code's over here then. So we've got if the resource equals tokens, the operation equals token operation. If the operation is create, then we get all of these parameters and it does a token create transaction. So at the moment, the token create transaction, this is interesting. This means that you can only use ED25519 keys, but that's the thing we can sort out later on. But it looks like over here, we're just doing a very simple token create transaction, set token name, set token symbol, decimals, initial supply, treasury account. I think that's fine. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it passes the sniff test.
It's passing the sniff test, that's for sure. And then we can make this enriched in the future as well.
So I got a question. So you just pointed to the from string. I used that a lot in the past. Isn't that like it doesn't really matter which type of key you use because it just figures it out and then I know it's deprecated, or I think it's deprecated. It isn't like it doesn't matter if it's ED25 or ECDSA.
I believe
that's what it says.
No, because it requires a DER header. So it depends on which key you use. If you want to use the, let's go over to the portal. So if this is the DER header over here. Now, which most EVM developers use, if they use the hex encoded private key string, it throws an error.
Okay.
But if you've gone for the long approach, then it should figure out which one. So it is a bit confusing, but I think the best practice is to use the from string for the specific key type. From string ED25519. So here we've got these ECDSA ED25519 or from string DER, and that one is the same thing as from string, just better labeled. But we can test it, but
What key type are you using, Jake?
I'm using ED25519 with the DER encoder, so it definitely will work. Where I think we'd get an error is if we use this account ID with the typical ECDSA hex encoded private key.
Right.
That's where it would say, we've messed up.
Yep. So let's not use the deprecated method then.
Yeah. So let's go for now. Then we'll use
from string ED25519.
Yeah. So the DER should be okay as well, because what that DER is it gives this like prefix to the key, and you can see that for ED25551 it's 302E02 Whereas for ECDSA, we have 303. So that's able to make it be distinguished. We could do some experimenting with this later on as well. But let's go.
I forgot to ask, what model are you using in the background to submit? I see Claude 4 Sonnet. Is that it?
Yes, this one I'm using Claude 4 Sonnet at the moment. So my personal preferences are to use Claude 4. Well, to create these PRDs, to create these tasks, I like to use O3. It's a bit slower, but it's a bit more. It's better at reasoning. Whereas Claude 4 Sonnet, a bit quicker. But once you have that really clear defined set of tasks and PRDs, then Claude 4 Sonnet is really great for actually executing the tasks.
Nice.
So I think I'm going to need to. How do why is this not working? I'm going to bring up the terminal. We're going to need to actually build this, and then we can go over to n8n.
So someone is saying this node plugin sparks some ideas for RWA use cases. I'm envisioning a supply chain integration using n8n to automatically update parameters and handle token creation. Totally. You can literally do anything. I mean, I won actually a hackathon. My first hackathon I won with using n8n, and it was with GeoTap. So I actually, tapped NFCs. You tap an NFC and it creates an NFT, and it's a direct representation of you being at some place. You can do literally anything. So I think the really key of this is get in it and play around, and I think you'll find it a lot of fun and exciting to play around with.
Just going to do a fresh restart on n8n to make sure that it's picked up the new config. I'm hoping it has. Let's go over here, because I've just built it. Come on, baby. Hedera. Yes!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Let's vibe.
I mean, we're going to be able to do like the whole SDK today.
Yeah, I know.
We'll definitely get transfers in.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, well, yeah, let's do this. So we've got the create fungible token. We have... let's call this test token. Well,
we can do better than test.
Okay. Hashgraph Hustlers.
We'll do HH vibe.
HH vibe. Oh yeah, Hashgraph Hustlers vibe.
That can be there you go.
Simple vibe.
Yeah.
On that point, let's switch up the tunes. All
right.
We'll get some night driving on.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice. A classic right here. This is a classic.
An absolute classic.
Banger. Summer tune 2025.
Oh, for real. When the beat drops. Woof.
Oh yeah.
I think it's coming.
There we go. Every time.
Wow. Never gets old. It gets old after about 10 minutes, but it then refreshes.
That first drop.
Every week. It refreshes, though, it? Like the next week, it's like I've never heard it before.
Tunes on tunes.
Okay, so let's do 3 decimals, because we've got 3 people here. Initial supply, that's all right, and the treasury account ID. So this is interesting. I saw something over here that and it was good that it did that. If we didn't include the treasury account, it falls back to the credential account, which I think is a great feature.
Yeah, I think that is.
Very smart, yeah.
And I guess specifically, this is another point then, because obviously the treasury account, which for those of you who don't know, the treasury account is the account where the tokens are sent to. And whenever you mint supply, it's where the increased supply is also sent to. Now, the treasury account needs to sign a transaction. So the treasury account needs to be one of the signatories on a create token transaction. Obviously, we're going to be executing this transaction using our default account, so we don't need to sort of sign it again. But if we were to use a separate treasury account, i.e. a different account to our credential, we'd actually have to return the transaction bytes and then have another account sign it. So reason why I call that out is because I know, Milan, you made a start to that signing functionality, but I guess from here we should maybe have an option: return bytes and or just execute, right?
I mean, for the sorry, Milan, go ahead.
Yeah, I think probably best practice will be to remove the option here.
I agree. Always set to the signing account for now. Let's not allow a treasury account option for now. Maybe we can just remove that from the code.
Okay, yeah. That's a good shout. Yeah. We've got to think for the low code, no code bros. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's forget about it. We'll just execute the steps, see if it were. Ooh, interesting.
That's good. Okay. Well, we get a message.
It's a good error. It's a good error message. See, look, it's tried to.
We're vibe coding though. We just got to throw it in and see if the AI can do it for us.
Well, I mean, it is going to be as simple as just deleting that. But that will fix it. Shall we see? This will do the job, because the execute freezes it if it's not been frozen already. But what should we do? Should we let's see the vibe coder. Let's go.
Just copy and paste the output and see.
Well, it should definitely know. It should definitely figure it out.
We'll see.
I see the issue. Clever bunny. Oh, no, that's not. No, that's not going to work. That.
So what is it saying here? Create the transaction with all parameters, freeze the transaction, sign it, and then execute it. But what is it?
How did I do the others? Have a look at the other functions.
I do just want to say I know I know how to do it, guys. I know how to fix it.
Well, we believe you. We totally believe you.
So in the other, it looks like you're executing it directly. This is the approach that I said would work. But you're executing it directly. Now here, the LLM has just chucked a freeze, and that this freezes won't do anything. This in order for this method to work, you have to set the transaction ID, and then you have to set the node which you want to give it to submit it to. So it's quite a long way of going about it. I mean, there are two solutions here. Either we just remove it because we're already signing it on the execute, so we could just go token create and execute it. And Milan, this is the same approach that you did in your previous transactions, where you essentially just execute it before.
Yeah.
Execute it straight away. Or what we could do is we could freeze with, and that's what the suggested one's done for whatever reason it's done. You freeze with, pass in the client, and then you can sign it however much you want. You can then add signed transactions over here like that. Right. But it's kind of redundant if we're going to go down the approach that you have to use the credential account. So we can just go
we don't need to freeze because we only need one signature.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can just execute.
Exactly. So let's build this again. Looks like I'm going to need to also close this. So
It's a question of Mark Williamson. I could see using this plugin with HCS to store AI interactions. I mean, n8n, why did n8 go hyperbolic? I think hyperbolic is always a weird expression because it implies it also goes down. Why does it go straight up right now in terms of adoption is that because it's so much used for creating AI agents. And we haven't even talked about that, right?
Now's a good time. Now's a good time. Let's first do this token create. I love the idea. About using having it like an AI workflow and using it for HCS. I think that's a really, really awesome use case. Let's get this Hedera node. Let's get our first token created, and then we can look at the AI stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good.
So tokens. We didn't remove the treasury account. Okay, let's just create a Hashgraph Hustlers. Vibe, 8 decimals, click execute. This has got to work. Oh, this is good. It's looking good.
Oh yeah,
record timing
that's
here.
amazing, right? I mean, even creating this node is quick. It's unbelievable.
So, guys, I'm just going to echo what Ashe said earlier. Yeah, he said Ashe has basically got a bit of money which he can give to people for building this. So, if you think you're on it, you can do it. You definitely, definitely get in touch. No vibe coding allowed. Just kidding.
Also, you could also create, and that's not in the context of what Ashe just said, but I'm just suggesting like other nodes. You could create a separate Hedera mirror node, or a source swap node, a syntax node, right? I mean, we could create like a syntax node with the syntax API, the NFT marketplace on Hedera, and then trigger, once you get a NFT on your price, trigger a request for buying the NFT, then sign the transaction, and you bought an NFT just through n8n.
Yeah,
amazing. It's really awesome.
Just giving a quick update on what we're doing here for people that signed in after we started. The goal right now is there you go, not Tyler. All right, well, good time to ask, not Tyler. We are building a Hedera plugin for n8n. And what is n8n? Well, it's a no-code, low-code builder tool for people to come in and create workflows so that you can slot different applications in and different functionality in all through a workflow. And to give you an example, we're doing one for Hedera right now that includes account creation. It can transfer HBARs. It can now create a fungible token. This is what we're doing right now, create a fungible token. And we just proved that we were successful, and now we're going to start creating transfer fungible token. So you can think like just an example flow is when you update a Google Doc, right? Then on update, create or transfer a token that you've previously created. So now every time you go into your Google Doc and you list somebody's account ID, and you give a number of how many tokens you want to create, or how many tokens you want to transfer them, it can just do that. And now you're interacting with Hedera by updating a Google Doc. How cool is that? So what does this do? This gives creativity opportunity and building opportunity to people who don't know how to code, and now they can do a lot without even having to know how to code. So this is democratizing, using Hedera and integrating Hedera to anybody in the world. We're using n8n. I saw that they retweeted our live stream. So if you're listening, n8n team, thank you. We appreciate you guys and what you're building. And we'll be reaching out to you soon about getting a review and hopefully pulling in the Hedera plugin into the official n8n repository. So let's go.
Because also, I mean, Hedera uniquely is, our source code is governed by Hiro, which is part of the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust. So it's not just some random third-party NPM package. We're essentially a regulated open source project and governed by the most respected open source organization in the entire world. No two questions about it. I mean, literally, if you can trust the guys where 80% of the computers in the world are running on, 80%, you can trust the Hedera code.
Yeah. So the Linux Foundation manages the code that Hedera runs, right? And then Hedera itself is managed and governed by our governing council, Google, IBM, Dell. I mean, this is the most brainer plugin for n8n to pull in and support Web3. Period.
n8n needs to join the governing council.
There you go. We'll start that conversation.
Let's get
first. They got to get our plugin pulled in, and we can talk.
I don't know what comes first. the plugin or the council.
That's right, or the membership. That's right.
Leverage. It's leverage, isn't it, for them?
In all seriousness, if anyone listening, if you feel like you've got some chops and you want to help build this plugin, we'll Jake, I think we should put this on the Hedera Dev repo and start accepting and reviewing PRs from people. And yeah, let's get going.
I've also just plopped up this link over here. This is someone shared this. Apply for funding. If you go to hedera.foundation, submit a proposal, you'll be able to find the application form. And this goes for anything. If there have been a lot of changes in the Hedera Foundation in the last sort of 6 to 12 months. If you applied for a grant 2 years ago and you didn't hear back, I would strongly recommend you reapply. Just because, there have been some changes in the system for the better. But if you feel like you're sort of stuck and waiting for a grant, you never got a reply, and that was 2, 3, 4 years ago, you still got the idea, you're still persevering with it, definitely also reapply. I strongly recommend that. And you can hold Ashe accountable if you don't get a reply.
Fair enough. I'm a hustler. I'm going to get back with you. I mean, I'm not on Hashgraph Hustlers. This isn't called Hashgraph Slackers, that's for sure.
No, that's exactly This is not. That's why I've not invited some people. Ash has come back every single week.
That's right.
Ash's show as well. He'd be here with that.
Hustler, got that hustler spirit, like Jay-Z says.
You know that, bro.
I also think that you can create a whole community around this no code n8n on Hedera, right? I mean, you're unlocking so many people that are normally like, I've got great ideas, but I don't know how to code. And even with Cursor, and it's a little bit too much for me, because you have to admit it's still not a little bit barrier. I can totally see a whole community evolving around this on Hedera. And even have these sessions with creating some of these crazy workflows on n8n.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Ash, I've not been putting these comments up because it's covering your face.
That's all right. This is a face for radio.
No. Cat. This is a face for TV, 4K. Anyway, I just in the background, I updated the Treasury ID, so now it always defaults. What should we do next, guys? Should we transfer a token?
I think we should create a new account and then transfer into that account. Although Hedera tokens need to be associated, so maybe we need to associate, or maybe our transfer is actually an airdrop.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. If it's an airdrop, then we're gonna on the new account, on the receiving account, we're gonna have to create an accept airdrop.
That's fine. We'll do it to one of my wallets. We'll do it to a Hashpack wallet, and I'll accept it on here. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Let's do that.
Big money's about to pop up.
Oh, big numbers now. This is the dummy account. You can search these.
This isn't the one with the 100 mil in it.
No, not that one.
Okay.
Bro, I told you to keep that low key.
I saw it the other day.
I'm
still shook.
You still haven't shown me your Tesla bag.
That's true.
Let's do this one here. So what we'll do? I don't think. Look at the shitty tokens I have. I don't think this has got auto associations. It might do. Unlimited auto association. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna find one without limited auto associations.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's get it working first. And then
let's just get it working. Then we can add airdrop in the future.
Great. Yeah. Let's now.
Milan, while Jake's doing this, would it make sense? Is there a chance that we could have one operation that attempts to send a normal transaction, but if there's an error message for token associate not found, then it can default to an airdrop transaction? Could that logic be within one operation?
I think it can. I mean, it should be part of like the function itself, and but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. But I mean, there are like specific error nodes as well in n8n
Oh, yeah. Okay,
where
cool.
you can say, hey, if there's an error and there's a specific error, then do
Right.
this, right? So you
Mm,
can leave it up to choice to the
yeah.
user.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, I think let's just do a standard transfer for now,
Yeah.
Jake.
No
And then
airdrop.
no airdrop for now. Let's just get it because I think we'll eventually need both operations, transfer and airdrop. And what I
How,
think we can, yeah,
how can we need both?
well, just for completeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but airdrop is just better, isn't it?
Ooh.
Is it?
It's more expensive.
Is it even more expensive without if you're
Yeah,
already associated?
yeah. Okay, let's just try airdrop. It'll be a good test. And
Let's
since you
find. Yeah,
are, since you, this is the Hederification of things right here, right? It's multiple ways to do things here. So
yeah,
maybe we can do airdrops, do default transfer airdrop. We'll see what the price is, but we're
yeah.
going to use
Add this to our price comparison stuff.
yeah, we're going to use your account though, Jake, that already has auto
Unlimited.
associations. Yeah. And so we'll
Yeah,
see what the price. I'm expecting the price to be the same as just a standard HTS transfer, but we'll see.
yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? Now, so what I have found, because token airdrop is actually quite a new API, I don't think AI is best with it. So I'm just going to refer to these docs. Now, it's basically exactly the same. Oh, I guess before we do that, how do we want to do this airdrop stuff? Do we want to say you can only send it to one person, or say send it to multiple? What should we?
So I would do it one single field, because that is easy to set in. Because if you need multiple, then you're like, yeah, but I need multiple. I need more than those 5. So what is the limit? I would stick to one, and then within n8n you've got the circular function. I forgot what it's called, but you can iterate. I mean, I've done that. I've been iterating over functions for like 15,000 times, and it just goes on and on and on and on. You can literally just do a whole airdrop program with it n8n, like sending it to 100,000 accounts, and it will just go on and on and on and on and on. So that's another thing. So that's how I will do it, because that's more modular.
Yeah. Okay, we can try that. Let's try that. So it will just be a very simple from to.
Yep.
With one receiver.
Yep. So on X, we have a comment from Michael Miller. He asks, interested in n8n, is there an introductory series on how to get your environment machine set up? So this, yeah, Jake.
I mean, it is. So I guess depends on which approach you want to do. For the self-hosting approach, literally all you need to do, this is obviously you need to have node installed, but npm install n8n-g. That's all you need to do. And then you just run n8n.
Boom.
And obviously I've already got it up and running, but if you want to do the self-hosted route, it's basically that easy. I guess, Milan, could you speak a bit more to the to the hosted approach?
Yeah. So if you go, I mean, you can. If you're completely new to it and you're not a coder whatsoever, I would say make it even easier for yourself. Go to n8n.io. Then let's go do it right away. Then get started. Click on that. Just fill in that stuff, and you're good to go. You literally have the same environment. Everything works. Now you won't have the Hedera nodes, but start there so that you can kind of get into it. They have a great community as well, which is expanding rapidly. And the docs are really great as well. When I started out, I mean, I still had to do a lot of stuff to get started. And now it's like, as Jake said, I mean, literally type it, npm install -g install n8n, and I got it working. So, it's very well. And go to the forum as well. You got great people that are helping out as well. So, but straightforward cloud. That's just to wrap your head around how it's working. just take the trial, and if you like it, you continue. If you are more interested, you can try self-hosted, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah, and you can also head over to the docs, because I mean the docs, like they've got the documentation is really nice.
Yep.
I found it to be very helpful. There's like a quick start, a very quick start, a longer introduction. These are really nice documentation. So yeah, there's good sort of user experiences for everyone.
Absolutely.
Just real quick, Jake, before you jump back in, we had another question about how much of this functionality will work across blockchains. So this is a good fundamental question. Each blockchain would need to have its own node or set of nodes, or think of it as a plugin. We're building the Hedera plugin today. Jake, would you go to community nodes and see if there's a plugin for maybe a Solana or an Ethereum or someone? I think that would answer the question.
Let's have a look. Community nodes over here. Community nodes
directory.
MC nodes, browse packages. Let's have a look. Solana. Oh. I mean, it's going to be able to find out if it's Solana, n8n. So we've got some people saying that they created a Solana node. And interesting, they've done a different approach. They've done it where there's a singular node for each transaction type, which has its pros and cons, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like there's a Solana one. Again, a lot of these are most likely. Well, this one's not got any downloads. Obviously, the Hedera one would have way more.
That's right.
But here we go. This is the GitHub repo for the Solana one. Wow, and they started 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh wow!
No, I think it's the template. So I think this one was created 4 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you can see that, like, if you want to be a multi-chain, if you want to create a multi-chain workflow, well, you could do that as well. Hedera, you can use the Hedera plugin, you can use the Solana plugin. These are community plugins, so you'd need to test them a bit and see if they work for you. But yeah, this is cross-chain, this is cross-app, this is Web 2, Web 3. I mean, this is...
I mean, you could literally make a bridge.
You
could make a bridge. Yeah, you could.
They need to do like look at that, cross-chain with this, cross-chain with this. You could actually do that. That's mad. Imagine if you could then host it on like decentralized compute or a TEE, a trusted execution environment. I think we've got our next Chainlink use case here, or the Chainlink replacer, whatever.
We might have a future Hashgraph Hustlers where we build a bridge.
We could do that. For real.
What if we vibe code a bridge from Hedera to like Solana in 2 hours? I mean, this isn't going to be production ready. It's not going to be. This is not going to be security hardened, but we could probably do it.
But I mean, we could then, because if we deploy it on n8n, so this is obviously why they don't let community nodes go on it, isn't it? Because it's like the amount of stuff that can go wrong. I mean, to be honest, one person had a really great question earlier, which I don't think we answered. Is there an opportunity for bad actors to sneak in malicious code into workflows with n8n? Like, could someone build a workflow with n8n that sneakily directs people to sign bad contracts? Definitely. Yeah. Which is obviously why, I mean, these community nodes have an element of risk to it, and that's obviously why n8n are like, we're not going to let everything come on. But for sure, that there's undoubtedly a really big risk, especially if you're using third-party community nodes. They might be saying, oh yeah, this is my source of swap node, sign this transaction, and it drains whatever you want it. So yeah.
Yeah, and that also explains, like, the part of, obviously, not accepting nodes that have dependencies. Obviously, that's one security risk. Another one is also, it takes also a lot of upkeep for the n8n team to make sure that all the nodes work in their cloud environment, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to say about these things. But obviously, if the npm is hosted under Hedera, or on the Oro, I mean, for that matter, you reduce risk, obviously.
So I'm just
But yeah,
gonna,
always element of risk.
let me try and get this back on. Strange.
All right, so back on task here. We've created the operation for creating a fungible token on Hedera, and now we are going to do the same for transferring a fungible token. And I believe, Jake, Milan, did we decide to do airdrop, or are we doing a normal transfer?
We did airdrop. Yeah, it's already done it. It was doing it behind the scenes, actually. There we go. So we've got so even though did I not ask it to? It should airdrop from the operator account to the input. Interesting. So it's done. It looks like it's done multiple.
Bless you. Bless you.
So it looks like it's taking recipients. So it looks like it's doing a multiple. I'm guessing there's like you can have like a plus option, right? Where you click plus and then it pops up with another thing, maybe.
You can put in an array.
Yeah. Let's see what it's done over here, because it has. Yeah, we were doing it in the background.
I'm curious.
Let's build it, because this might be a nice UX.
I mean, the cool thing of n8n, you can make it as complicated as you want, right? Even the code, it accepts JSON. You know, it's you have special JavaScript codes as well, JavaScript nodes that you can actually put a bit of JavaScript in there.
Okay, let's see if this worked then. So we've got add Hedera, boom, and then we've got tokens, airdrop token.
Well, let's create the token.
Yeah, but so this is what it looks. That's not very nice, is it?
What is? Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Well, this is how it's gone down the route of doing multiple. So let's.
Oh yeah, okay.
We'll just keep it simple. Yeah, just say it's only 1-to-1.
Yeah. One recipient, and then we should have a field for the amount to transfer.
Yep. Also, if we want to test, we can set a value that the node receives, right? So that we don't have to create an account every time. We can just set a value that's maybe for the testing purpose. It is for testing purpose.
Right,
you set a value, so every time you just use the same value.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I think if you click on that node, on the Hedera node, I mean, there's multiple.
Let's quickly create a token.
Yeah.
And then this would be. Let's create this token over here.
Mm.
And then
now what you do is you click. Now you click the button on the upper right corner next to the little that will pin it. Yeah, that one. Pin data. Yeah.
Nice. Node will always. That's cool.
Okay, so this is really interesting. So it will only use that same data for testing. You have to click on save. Yeah, absolutely. So now if you refresh, it will always use that data. But if you if the workflow executes outside of your testing environment, it uses the data that you tell it to use normally in the workflow.
Love that. So let's have a look. It's now much simpler now. Okay, wicked. So let's save that. We'll build it again, and then we will obviously have to restart our n8n. So let's do that. Voila, we'll refresh this. Because we saved it, we should still have the pin.
Yep.
Amazing. So now, if we do Hedera, and then we do tokens, airdrop token ID we get from the previous thing, recipient account ID, I'll just hard code one of my Hashpack wallets.
So the token ID, we're getting that from the previous node?
Yes, because it's really nice. Yeah. When you sort of, as you move to the right, you see all of the outputs from the previous nodes. So you can then reuse it, and it's like, yeah.
Cool.
And you can also imagine you have these multiple nodes on top of each other that then wait for the other to be executed, and then it
Yeah.
combines the data again. So you get these huge complex workflows. It's just
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Which is actually, like, when you get to big scale, it's pretty bloody hard to do that with code. You're having to manage so much state and so much, orchestrate different things to start and stop and run asynchronously and okay, so this is going to be the recipient account ID. We'll give them as 8. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So obviously, this decimals doesn't include this amount. I don't think will include the decimals. So we've got airdrop amount. So we're going to have to add a few zeros here for it to actually be 100.
That's interesting because we can make an additional field, and when we drag the decimals from the left side.
We could do that, couldn't we? Yeah. Okay, let's add that in afterwards.
No. There's another fun way. Okay, so if you click on the field of amount.
Okay, I know what you're gonna. Yeah. So
no. Go back to the field of amounts, that one, and then click on expression. You see fixed. Click on expression, and you don't type like times 10 to the power of whatever. No, you type you just drag the decimals one. Yeah. So now you have to put it to the power of 8 times 10 to the power of 8.
So
there's a math function for that, I believe.
Does that work?
Times 10.
Times 10 to the power of 8, yeah. Times 10. Like that.
No, and there's a math function. I need to check which. I'm very bad at math, so.
What's that? 99. Oh, is it math.pow?
Yeah, that's the one. You just remove that.
And then the curly brace.
I think you can just remove.
That's,
you can just remove everything between. Just remove more the 10, the 20, the 10, and the. Oh no, you got it.
This is it. Yeah, 10. There we go. That's good. Okay, nice.
So this is fun. Why? Because we can reuse. If we have a different input on the left, like say we use UTC with, I don't know how much is that, 6 decimals, then it will just automatically adjust that field.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's actually exactly why we included the decimals forgot about that. But yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, you can do expressions here. So let's execute this step.
Insufficient token. Okay, this is interesting.
It's probably because I did.
I thought we did. Oh.
So does this not include the initial supply?
No, I think that's decimals as well.
This needs decimals, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the same then. We'll just do expression, and then we'll do times by math.pow 10 to the power of 8. I guess there's no way for us to do the same thing here as the...
Sure.
Okay, let's unpin this.
Is it not because we first have to mint?
No, but it's initial supply, so it should still...
Oh, initial supply. You're right.
Yeah.
Just double check.
Yeah, let's check.
So this now has...
okay.
Yeah, 1 million times...
There we go.
Okay, so we needed to include... interesting, I kind of forgot about that. Right, so let's leave this, go back over here. So I'm going to pin this again so we can just continue testing. And then we go to the next one and we execute this step. This now should work. Good.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, and since your account has auto associations, this should have just...
Yeah, so I've got a feeling that I've got a feeling here, let's have a look at the transaction ID. I've got a feeling here that it has to pay for an association cost. So the first one will be more expensive, I think.
Okay, let's see.
So this one's 1 cent.
10 cents?
10 cents.
Sorry, this one's 10 cents. Yeah,
Woo!
10 cents. But let's do it a second time now that it's already associated.
Okay.
Let's see this one now. Should be less. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So this is now the same. This is the same price as a normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So in that case, I think we should just enforce airdrop.
Yeah.
And not
Sure.
have transfer.
Yeah.
But there we go. So, boom. Come on,
10 cents
Ryan.
sounds expensive though.
Yeah. Is
The
that
token associated is 5 cents, and I think it's
right?
like paying for some extra state, like that pending airdrop state, but it didn't need to sit in that state because you had auto associations on. Anyways, that's probably in the weeds for this call, but
Yeah. Let's not. but anyway, long story short, once it's associated, it's 1/100th of a cent, or 1/10 of a cent, 1/10 of a cent, 1/10 of a cent.
yeah.
And if we were to, for example, do a account which doesn't have auto associations, which I'm not sure if any of these, I think most of these probably do. That one does.
Just to confirm, it's indeed 10 cents for token airdrop with no prior associations with the token.
Okay.
Mm.
No auto. Here we go. So if we do if we send it to this one,
Mm-hmm.
if we send it to this one, then we should see it come up in the pending airdrops.
Right. Yep.
So let's do that. Let's send over here. Execute step. Or on the other side, if we were to create an account and then create a token and then transfer it.
That's what we're about to do, I believe.
Yeah,
We should create like 3 accounts,
Yeah.
and then boom, 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 and just show the loop.
Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Right. So here we go. As you can see, I spelled it wrong, but it's now in the pending airdrops of that account. So we've got 100 left. Okay. Let's do that. So
Cool.
Milan, can you run things in parallel?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's create 3 accounts in parallel, then create a token. No, we can create the token in parallel as well. We'll create 3 accounts in parallel, create a token, and then we'll do a transaction with that iterator. Yeah. And then we'll iterate it 3 times, yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is gonna be
So,
I know now it's coming together, right? It's very exciting.
yeah, exactly.
And then you're starting mixing with Google Docs and Slack, and you could even I had this. So I used Webflow to create GeoTab, and I was able to get request and put and get request and what's the other one? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Post, and so you could actually have these triggers on your website that people create an account, and in this account they instantly have an airdrop. Right, you can build all this using
and just for the listeners' benefit, what we're about to do isn't going to require any new code, right? We're just using the plugin that we just created, and we're just using n8n now. And so, I mean, Jake, is that right? Because we've already got the token create, we've already got the account create, and we've already got the
everything should be in n8n now. Yeah, we don't need to do any more coding. Exactly. This is the package that we're giving people.
Right. Exactly.
We could also just a suggestion. We can also create an AI agent right now that we tell, hey, create me this token.
Yes.
And it creates it.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's try to do that.
I want to do this multi. Okay, so
let's do first the simple one. That's better.
Yeah. How do we get things done in parallel?
I mean, let's first step by step. Okay, we use the execute workflow trigger. Just for people that are just tuning in, I'll just quickly what we're doing. So we're creating a node for Hedera for n8n. n8n is a no-code, low-code automation workflow platform, and you can basically create anything, any programming on what you want to do. And using these Hedera nodes, you in the future will be able to program without having to code. So that's what we're working on. And right now we're going to test a new flow. So we start with a trigger, execute workflow. Next, what do we want to do? Is it create token?
Well, ideally we can be really efficient and create a token and then create 3 accounts in parallel.
Yep. Okay. So what we do is, what do we have? You can just first let's unpin the data that is on the purple one. Yeah.
This one's creating a token, so we want to keep that here. We keep that here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have that one. Then we create another account.
Yeah. So we'll do creating. But it's not doing.
That's okay. We'll figure that out.
Okay. So we do create an account. So I just add that.
Yeah. So what you can do, you just I can't point. You just you just drag like from the execute workflow from the little dots to Hedera 3. There you go. And you can also delete the other one. Right? You can delete the upper one.
Delete this. Delete it.
Delete the no, sorry, just remove the connection, yes, and put that one all the way on the top. All the way on the top, and make yeah. Whatever you want. And then that's correct. We can also rename the nodes, for our convenience. Right now they all say Hedera. We can also double click on it and just you go to the name in the top. In the name, just hover there, and you can say what was it? Create token.
This is create token. So this would be create account 1.
Yeah. Yep. Makes it easier for the people that watch.
Yes, good idea. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Thinking about the people then.
Real people person.
All right, so we've got and these would definitely be happening in parallel, yeah?
I mean, they happen, and then they wait for each other, right? So they
okay.
But they like wait. I don't know. Sometimes they do it at the same time, but I can't remember. I don't know. Well, I mean, we can see.
Let's get GPT. I need to get super grok on this. n8n
powerful
nodes in parallel. Because that would make it really. I'm gonna vibe code and work with it. Love that.
Yeah, Ralph, do it, dude. Do it.
Do that.
You can actually, you can.
I don't think it really matters, though, does it?
No.
Let's just keep crushing.
We'll let this cook in the background. That's how you spell parallel, by the way, guys.
Maybe in the Queen's English.
Queen's English.
Okay,
then what?
So that is okay. This is need to have a little thing because there are some little tricks you have to do. What is the best way to do it?
Because we then want to do a transfer to all of these 3. Do we need to bring all of these in here?
Yeah, we can do it that way. I mean, that's the fun, right? I mean, you can do a million ways. So the thing is, no, because you don't even need to loop over them because they will. No, you have to because otherwise, once it's executed, I mean, we can just try out. Let us take a look. Go back to the last node, to Hedera 1.
I mean, I feel like for simplicity, it should be start the work, execute workflow, create token, and then create the accounts. Just for this is as a workflow, it looks cleaner that way. It's like, okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the token.
Okay.
Then once the token's created, we're going to create the counts. Then once the counts are created, we're going to transfer the token.
Okay. Let's do that.
I mean, fun thing is there's so many ways. I'm kind of like, okay, what is the best, the most simple, straightforward one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just drag them to each other. So there are combined nodes, there are set nodes, but this will work as well, I think. Then we'll just need to open up that one, the last one. Just open it up. Let's just execute it first because I want to know what happens, what data we get, right? So what we're gonna do is the token ID now, because it changed the positions, right? So we're gonna grab it from create token exactly. right? You will see it have it. You will, yeah. So you grab it from over there. Yep.
No, it's a
And
bit different.
did it already take? No, it didn't take the decimal. So you have to go to amount, and you also need to change that bit. Yeah.
Let's do the decimals.
There. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. So now do we have, so recipient account ID, however, we need to take from,
Yeah, this might be tricky.
yeah.
Should we just do one account right now then? And just transfer it to one account? Like create one account and just transfer one account since we didn't set this up to take an array of account IDs?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, just for sake, because if I will be in a situation, I will just try out, figure out, and you'll find a way. But I think in this situation, probably you loop over them. But it might be like take a little bit more time to. The idea of the connections in it is to take output from one node and pass it to another, so that the workflow doesn't really make sense unless you're passing something from create token to create account, create token to create account. I mean, it does make sense because you're following a certain structure, a certain flow. I mean, does it really make sense? I don't know. It kind of depends on your workflow. I mean, what your idea is. If you want to create a token every time, or if you want to create 3 accounts when there's one token created, then it does make sense. If you have one,
I think what Mark's point is here, obviously, he's not on, so we don't know. But it's that like how we had it originally, where they're all in parallel, is it is the same. But I guess in the sense that it's easier to see what's happening. Maybe there's technically that it doesn't make sense, but from a visual perspective, chunking it might be easier for certain people. But
wait, I might know the way. If we just change a little bit, let me just loop over items, split in batches. Let me just check. Place loop over. You can loop over. Yeah. So for example, if you type in for the node, if you look up the node loop. Loop over items. So you could actually,
Oh, let's put this in here.
Yeah. So what you could do is like you create a token and then you start looping over items. So you can delete the replace me one.
Delete this, yeah.
You can, loop over items. So loop and then, for example, you could from create token, you could start a loop and then create an account. But then when do you stop with the looping? Right? Then it becomes an infinite loop, I think.
Yeah. So, let's see if this works. So if we do add the loop over there. Oh no, I need to put it over here, don't I? There we go. The loop.
So you would put it on a different spot, actually.
Okay. Where should I control Z?
No, you can just delete it, and maybe for this purpose, because otherwise we're getting too complex. Maybe we'll just remove the 2 accounts and we just keep it simple.
No, I want to get this.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get this done.
We're gonna need to play around.
Let's just go. Let's go from. Should we ask ChatGPT?
Yeah, go ahead. I know it, but I've been. It's quite a while. I haven't been really diving into n8n.
I mean, look, Jake. We can take our time to try to send to multiple accounts, or we can spend this time trying to add an AI agent.
I love it. Let's do 3 more minutes on this. 3 more minutes on this.
All right. Timer's on.
Minimum.
Come on, Milan, we've got 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm thinking. What is the best way to do that? You have got 3.
What other things have we got? Loop. I mean, I guess the really simple way would be we do 3. We have 3 transfers, 1 for each one. That would be really. We just have like 3 transfers over here.
I'm thinking, yeah, I've got it almost, I think. How did I do that previously? Loop, finished.
Let's get this one in. Let's go.
I mean, the easiest way is you just make a chain.
This.
That one is, I know it works. I mean, if you once one transaction is finished, but that's not parallel, what you're looking for right now.
I don't think things can actually run in parallel. Everything's like on a single thread. Let's see what. Yeah. What was your chain? Chain, did you say?
No. Just grab the end of. Just kill the. Delete that one. And then just drag from account 1 to account 2 to the start. You have to delete the little thingies in front of account 2 and account 3. You have to delete the wires from account 2 and account 3.
Yeah, delete these.
Account 2 and account 3.
Right.
That one, okay, and just grab from account 1 and drag it to account 2, and then from account 2 drag it to account 3.
Then we're kind of in the same place.
To put them in series.
God damn it! It's around create account and then a transfer token. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't have my brain on at this moment.
No worries.
There must be like super simple way, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm sure there's that. What I kind of wanted to see I kind of wanted just to see how the creativity that you can have.
Man, I might have some workflows that I just should share. Like I can share my screen. Let me just check out if I have something ready.
I guess in parallel we can put this to a side. Let's get a Let's get a AI agent in there. Let's save this. We'll create a new workflow. Exactly, it's literally bang on. Okay. Let's get AI agent. So, I mean, honestly, it's actually so easy. So easy to do an AI agent on this stuff. Boom.
All right. So are we able to create a Telegram account or something where we can send a message to a Telegram and then this can see that, create an account, create a token, and transfer that token to that account? We trigger it using a Telegram message?
Yeah, definitely. If we do, let's see what we need to trigger on message. I'll need to create a Telegram access token. I don't have Telegram on this device, unfortunately.
Let me see. I don't even know how to create a Telegram access token.
I don't think that's on. But look, we do have this chat UI over here.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go.
Use that.
Yeah, that works.
And obviously, we could just replace it with Telegram, no problems.
Can I quickly share my screen?
Yeah, go for it.
Share screen. Hold on 1 second.
Is it the merge?
Yeah, let me show you what I got here.
That's what ChatGPT said. Merge.
I think someone needs to put it on there.
Oh yeah, I need to get it on. Yeah. That's a stage.
Yeah. So I mean, if you zoom out, I mean, this is a small one, right? For me, it's like the complex scenario I had, and this was what I was doing here was with Hashgraph. I will check whether there was any NFT transfers, and the trigger will be it checks it's a cron job, so it checks every 15 minutes. And then it connects a Google Sheet and it sets anything. Now, if you can imagine, like somebody was spamming me with tiny bars, and that was messing up my whole Google sheet. So you just create a new,
Just a small one.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just a small one.
This is a small one. You like banned words. I had to introduce that to filter out nasty words. But here's also someone like, hey, if the amount of HBAR with a memo is being sent is too low, then remove that person. So yeah, I got a lot of these workflows connect to each other, and this is how I did the like where I needed all the data from 3 different nodes. So this is an API request to the mirror node. I will do that. Then I go to the next one, and I go to the next one, and every time it merges the data, right? Yeah. So it puts the output from here to that one, then here to that one. So basically adds up 3 merged datas, and then it goes to the next node. So that's how I did it back then, but I'm sure there are way more easier ways to do that nowadays.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I think we can do that. Let's go for let's keep on going with the agent. Yeah. Well, Ash is gone now. Should we? Nah, we'll do the agent. We'll finish off the agent, and then this is what. While Ash is gone,
that's what I had, right? I mean, I used the merge node.
Let's do this one. Ash is not monitoring us. Let's go merge. Merges multiple data streams. Number of inputs 3.
Oh, look, that's new stuff. That wasn't before. We just had 2.
Combine. Need to.
Yeah, so we will just need, what we need is the account ID, so we can just drag all
input 1, input 2. It looks like
Let's see what it gives us if we execute it.
But it's still saying only create token. You need to define at least 1 pair of fields and filter match. Oh, what do we need to do? We need to do. Forget about it.
Okay. We'll do it later. Yeah, it's
we'll do some time. Ash, where are you gone?
We lost Ash.
We lost Ash. So we're going to need to obviously set up a LLM, aren't I? So let's do this chat model. I will do OpenAI, and I'll add my credential. I'll just do this obviously off the screen.
Yeah.
Platform OpenAI. API keys. Create new. Let's create new. Copy. Paste that in. Save. Okay, nice. I've got my key there. That's looking good. I like to use Oro Mini. Oro Mini's my man. Okay.
Nick, should we change up the tunes one last time?
One last time, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Okay. Daydreaming. Oh, yeah. This has also got a killer beat drop.
This is how you get mad work done right here.
It's coming.
Let's go. We're going to ride out strong on this.
Oh, there you go. AI agent time.
That's right.
Oh, man. Cool. So let's just check. Like, presumably, if I just say hello now. Okay, it's running and it gives me the output. Nice, yeah. Oh, and we can even use the output for another thing, can't we? Yeah.
We can, but we're probably going to use the tool and the yeah, I mean, we can just for memory, we can just select the just the database normal.
Wait, but look, no, it's not showing up.
Oh.
So you need to have like an AI compatible tool.
Ah, okay, that's annoying.
Really?
No.
Okay, so we have to build that on a later one.
Oh, no, wait. Connect tools from an MCP server. We've almost built the MCP server. It's not ready yet, but it's almost built.
Yeah, we could do that.
Hopefully it's been built.
So what? So what? Our Hedera tool needs to have what? Some input, compatible input for an agent, like.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I think you need to define the tool, or you need to define that it's an AI tool. That's a pity.
That's annoying. I guess it would need to be for. Yeah, it does make sense because, I mean.
Well, it's like I want the agent to be able to reason and know like what tool to call, and it can just like. It can capture it can reason and get the parameters and then just like know which tool to call. Like it could call our create token or our transfer token.
Well, but so the thing is, I think it needs to just have, I think we need to use a
what we can do, Jake, we can use the Hedera mirror node, and maybe we can just make a simple one. So we need to use the HTTP request, that one. Yeah. Third one, and then we're just gonna make a request to the mirror node.
Okay. Boring, isn't it?
Well,
not as good as creating a token.
I know. But you could say like, hey, what?
You know what we could do? We could create a token, and then use the agent to go fetch some of the metadata about the token.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how to. Ooh, the tools agent implements LangChain's tool calling interface. You can use this agent. So we've got.
That's what we want.
We've got tools for LangChain. This is the thing. We've got LangChain tools
in our AI agent SDK.
Yeah, in our Hedera agent kit. V3.
Maybe. V3, third time's a charm.
How to build a tool for n8n. Yes, okay. Looks like your tool is set up. Trying to build a tool here. Brilliant. Great community, Milan. There's nothing here. No one's answered. Tutorials. n8n.
Ooh. Yeah,
we might be able to vibe code it. Best way to create.
What would be great is if there was a Hedera agent tool that utilized our agent kit. And so then it would make all of that functionality available.
Yeah. Well,
n8n.
Because here, it's got. I think the agent kit would be good for this, because here, if we look at tools, it's got an MCP client tool. So if we were to, let me check.
What you would just like run our MCP server locally and just point to that?
Exactly. Yeah. Let me see if one of the engineers has done the MCP server yet.
Would that make some of our operations redundant that we just built? Because now, like create token, transfer token, because that functionality exists in our MCP server.
No, because it's still good for the traditional one is for non-AI agent clients.
Oh, I see. Okay, right.
So
we need that redundancy then.
Yeah.
Some people are going to come at it from an AI agent perspective. Some people are just going to come at it from a traditional workflow perspective without interfacing with an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I want to have a look if this.
So if anybody is still listening and still curious about building our n8n plugins, there you go. We're gonna scope creep a bit, scope extended.
Let's see if I want to go.
Yeah, but that's a tricky thing with n8n. I mean, you start somewhere it's like, oh, but how does this button work? Oh, but what happens if I do that? And then you're like in this whole rabbit hole and don't stop.
Okay, if I go. I'm going to need to build those. I'm going to see if I can quickly whip up our MCPs. I don't think it's been fixed. I think there is sort of a bug with it actually, but actually I need to. Come on. Okay, it's built. So what do we have? We've got the, okay, so if we then do npm node dist. It's running on stdio. I need to build it again actually. Right. And I don't want to do, sorry, this is just me going quick mode. Agent. Context. Mode. Agent mode. Dot. Autonomous. Okay, let's try that. And then we'll do SSE. What was it before? STDIO server support. We want SSE server support, I think.
So, did you know n8n is also an option if you create a new workflow to actually create an MCP server?
Yeah, that's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can actually. So to create an NFT, you create token we just created, we could expose that workflow as a MCP endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to take.
We just coming back to what we have to offer. The Hedera agent kit. It's currently being let's call it refactored and made more cleaner code with more focused functionality right now, and that should be available. Jake, you guys are in the last couple
we're working
sprints,
over the
right?
weekend for it. We're working over the weekend for it.
Exactly. That's that hustle right there. They're also working on an MCP server, so just keep your ears peeled, or wait, eyes peeled, ears to the ground. I don't know if you can peel your ears, peel those too. But we should be making some announcements soon about an updated Hedera agent kit, updated MCP server, and some new architectural changes that I think are going to allow us to support more frameworks more quickly in the future. So exactly. The call to action here is, if you're in the Hedera community and you want to expose your service, your product and service, like Milan said earlier, maybe you're an NFT marketplace, maybe you're a launch pad. If you want agents to be able to access your service, then get in touch with us and let's chat about how to add your functionality to the agent kit. Because what's the big vision here? What's the grand vision? is that an agent can do anything in the Hedera ecosystem that a human can. That's the ideal end state. So that's where I want to see this going. If you're looking to build, hit me up. Let me. My email is ash@hbar.fund. That's Ash with an E. ash@hbar.fund. And let's chat. If you got that hustler spirit deep inside, let's go. Hashgraph Hustlers only.
Hashgraph Hustlers only, bro. Hashtag Hustlers.
Right.
Hashtag Hustlers.
That's right. Hashtag Hustlers.
So what I'm doing now is literally I'm just going speed run. We've got an example MCP server, but it is using stdio. Whereas if we head over to our agent kit, it wants to have an SSE endpoint. So I've just basically gone to the MCP docs, just copy and pasted the relevant stuff for SSE, which is it's another type of transport for these MCP servers, and it might not work, but we will see. We will see.
Just a couple shout outs real quick. If you're looking to get started, we've got the Hedera developer portal where you can go create your testnet account and get testnet HBARs. If you've already got a testnet account, you can create a testnet account through one of our wallets, Hashpack, Blade, Kabila. You can head on over to our faucet and get 100 testnet HBAR every day, I believe, which should be plenty for you to play around with.
Well, that you get 100 HBAR unauthenticated, but if you
unauthenticated, right,
then you get 1,000.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. 1,000 HBAR. Okay. Come on.
The higher the HBAR price, the more you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because all of our fees are priced in dollars.
And these testnet HBAR, they're about to moon.
Bro, they're gonna moon.
I've seen Jay Cool's wallet. He's got a ton of testnet HBAR. Woo-hoo-hoo.
You know that. Okay, this is totally high risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's all right. We've only got 8 minutes. I think maybe we toss it back to Milan here and tell us what it's been like joining Hyro and what that process is and what changes you've seen since it's come over from the Hedera repo to the Hyro repo. Just what even is this for the crowd, for the audience?
About Hyro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically what happened it's been for quite some time on the roadmap, right? I mean, we had the announcement of open sourcing the Hedera source code, and last year in September was the official announcement of Hedera donating all the source code to the Linux Foundation. Linux Foundation is the biggest open source foundation in the world. So what does it mean? It basically means that it was already open source, but now it's on a Linux Foundation. It means that also the governance is under the Linux Foundation and is not dependent on a company anymore. In this case, Hedera, where of course you have to trust them. We trust Hedera, but you never know what happens, and they could close the repo. So once it's now on the Linux Foundation, it means everything is governed by a Linux Foundation so it's called a project. So the name of the project is called Hyro. This way we can also keep the HIP abbreviation. First it was Hedera Improvement Proposals, now it's Hyro Improvement Proposals. But basically the governance has shifted from Hedera to the Hyro project on the Linux Foundation. And the decisions that are made in terms of the roadmap, the technical roadmap for Hyro, are done by the technical steering committee. And the technical steering committee, I am one of the elected members. I was elected to represent the end user. End user in this case is any person who uses the technology. of High Oro. In this case, we're talking about obviously a lot of users on Hedera companies that are leveraging the technology. And the difference really between High Oro and Hedera is High Oro is technology, Hedera is the network. There could be in the future, hopefully, it will be great. There will be like other networks that leverage the High Oro technology, but are not called Hedera. Everything is possible, but the essence is, this is to ensure longevity of the technology and of the project.
And decentralizing trust.
Yeah. So that's a very, very important aspect. I mean, there's never been a ledger that has donated all their source code to a big open source organization like Linux Foundation. It's never been done before. And it really makes sure that we're really separating all the it's really being decentralized, right? I mean, we're talking about the technology on a Linux level. We're talking about the governance of the network by the council. We're talking about technology by the implementation and so on are on the other level. So, just to strengthen the network and the technology for many, many years in the future.
Yeah, and your role in this, because I know you were recently voted in. There was like a voting process, a lot of different candidates, and you were the I guess, quote, the winner of that, or you were voted in as a representative of who or what, or what is your role over there?
Yeah, so there are a total of 9 members, of which I'm indeed one. I was there was a vote held. There were 2 seats available. Michael Cantor from Hashgraph van Rhijn and Cantor Codes. I think that's his name. Cantor Codes, that's his handle, I believe. We were both chosen. He was elected by contributors, so he was for the contributor seat. I'm elected for the end user seat. And together as the technical steering committee, we have weekly public open meetings, so everybody is welcome to join, and you can also watch them back later. And these are on Tuesday, every Tuesday. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern, correct? And basically, it's all the technical decisions that need to be made on technical level of High Oro. So that could be like a new HIP, a High Oro improvement proposal needs to be accepted. It could be something on governance level. It could be an issue that needs to be resolved. And together within the whole TSC, we make sure we do our best that the technical roadmap is on the right path for.
Yeah. And it's very cool that we have such community representation in this as well. Both you and Cantor come from the community, the Hedera community, and you're playing pivotal roles. Like we have 2 voices at the table here, don't we?
Absolutely, and that's really, really amazing. I think that's one of the clearest and most exciting steps we've seen in terms of community involvement. Michael and I have been community members for a long time. We know really in and out. There will be also more opportunities for other community members to join. We are currently having a vote for the last seat. This is done within the technical steering committee. It gives us really instead of the implementers or people that work all the time on the network, but not necessarily, I'm not saying they don't use the network, but maybe not are as deep as Michael and I are. It allows to give this extra perspective and to make sure that we're going the right way that is beneficial for everyone involved in the network.
Yeah, absolutely. Super cool. And just proves to people, our dedication to decentralization as well. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, Jake, closing minute here. Anything to show us, or are we still
I got the SSE appearing like it's working, but when I then try to hook it up over here, it doesn't seem to show up.
Well, we accomplished our goal today, which was to create a token. We even
Yeah.
accomplished our stretch goal today, which is to transfer that newly created token. And with a little cherry on top of using the airdrop transfer function.
Yeah.
So maybe if people are interested and you like this show, you like n8n, then maybe we can have another show where we create an AI agent and we start playing around with an AI agent with the Hedera functionality in n8n. So leave a comment, send us a message, just let us know that this was a good one.
Man, such a shame.
Maybe
Well,
you can show some last time, like the.
Oh, hang on. Wait a second. I have not passed any of the. Why is that? Ah, okay. Hang on. Why the bloody?
It's the finale.
Yeah, we're here.
Get server. Doesn't seem like it's using. Bruh. It's not even using it. That's stupid. It doesn't seem to be actually using the thing that we're creating, so it's not taking in the tools that are. Whatever.
We can have V2. That this is.
Yeah.
We had a good turnout today on this stream, so I think there's gonna be action here.
Rolf says, "I do like that. A great session got my mind brewing." Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. Unfortunately, by next one we'll have this SSC stuff going. We've been absolutely flat out on the MCP server and the new Hedera Agent Kit V3. But I guess so. We've seen some people here. Donna asking for another show. These are happening all the time. But the next one is actually on the 28th or the 29th of July. That's with a friend at Bonzo Finance, which is one of the leading protocols, leading DeFi protocols on Hedera. So we're going to be doing some agent stuff on that. Perfect opportunity to use the V3 by then as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe if we have enough demand, the Hashgraph Hustlers after that one into August, maybe the first one in August can be n8n 2.0 agent integration. Yeah, let's go.
Are you going to be there? You'll join us, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love to, and what I really enjoy, is that we really got our hands dirty, went in it, and it was way more straightforward than we thought actually. Because I know I've created the initial things, I just wanted to build it very quickly, and obviously I have my million other stuff that I'm trying to do as well. And I was like, but I'm so passionate about this, and I really genuinely believe that. There are so many people that, once we got this enabled, that are actually able to create something. There's so many people that I talk to and often have like, hey, I have this great idea. And it's like, yeah, but there's a lot more to do than just a great idea, right? And here they can start building and they can start experimenting. If it doesn't work, it's okay. You iterate, you saw it earlier, we're struggling a little bit, but then you do something else and you figure it out. And then you've got a prototype. And then you can start showing people that is way more effective. So I'm very excited about this, and thank you guys so much. It was really exciting to do this.
You're so welcome. You agreed to join us for the first hour and graciously stayed for the second hour. And yeah, we've absolutely loved it, man. I hope you have a great weekend. Look forward to V2 here.
V2,
using the agent kit. It's been quite the vibe today.
So look at that. One of the comments here. n8n plus Hedera hackathon. Look, we've currently got a hackathon at the moment. We've got Hello Future Origins hackathon. This is the first hackathon out of 3. That's starting next Monday. So if you've not signed up, just search up Hello Future Origins or Hedera hackathon. You'll be able to find it. But the second hackathon is happening in November. Now, if anyone from n8n's watching this, let's collaborate. Let's do a Hedera X n8n hackathon. We can get some prize pools put together. We've already got 150k allocated to it. So if there's a strategic partnership to be made there, then we can tap into some of the existing prizes and obviously co-market it. I'm talking it like someone's here. If not, please reach out to their CEO. Get them to reply to the Hedera Council as well. Let's see. I can see that. I can see that on there.
We're talking to you, Jan Oberhauser and Niklas Heitje. You guys, let's get in touch.
You're legends. You're legends.
At least they can be a judge for the hackathon. What about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. Thanks for the vibe today.
Cool. All right. Take care.
Thanks for tuned in. Appreciate it. We'll see you at the next one. Keep hustling.
See you at the next one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
The need for a more interconnected world is fueling new decentralized technologies and new ways of doing business. Hedera stands at the forefront of distributed ledgers, where every interaction is not only trusted, but fast, efficient, and secure. While traditional blockchains struggle with speed and fees, Hedera's network settles transactions in under 3 seconds for a fraction of a penny. And the proof is in the numbers. Hedera is uniquely governed by a council of the world's leading institutions, ensuring transparency, trust, and decentralization. It's no wonder Hedera is the leading choice for enterprise and DeFi use cases. Everything from real-world asset tokenization to AI data integrity. Discover the only decentralized network with the governance, scalability, and security to power the new digital economy. What future will you build?